Hello scholars! In this video you're going to be given a brief tour of our online classroom here in Blackboard. This video will not show every link or area of our classroom, but it will show you the 6 most essential locations you will want to know about. Now, before we get started, if you want to go ahead and pause this video and open up your Blackboard classroom, you can then restart the video and follow along and click through the classroom as you listen to this video. Now that you have your Blackboard classroom open, let's check out 6 spots that you'll want to be familiar with in Blackboard for your weekly tasks in class. So, usually when you log into the classroom, the first page that you're going to see is the announcement screen. You'll notice in the top left corner here that you'll see your classroom, your instructor's name, and the section that you're in. So, the first area that I want to show out of the 6 is the Welcome Start Here button. This section of class is important because it's going to be your go-to place if you ever have questions about how to reach out to your instructor. It'll have all their contact information there. You'll also see where the introductory documents are. You've probably noticed in week 1 that you're going to have a quiz over the introductory documents. It's a very low stakes quiz in the sense that you can find all of the answers in these introduction documents. But the quiz is worth a good portion of your grade. So I highly encourage you to download these introductory documents or print them if you have that capability. Also in the Welcome Start Here button, you're going to notice other helpful videos and tips about some commonly asked questions. For example, if you're curious, how do you post a discussion? Well, there's a video and example here. So the first place that we explored is the Welcome Start Here button. The next one is going to be the Weeks button. If you're watching this video before the first day of class, you're going to notice that there isn't any content loaded into our classroom yet. But once class opens on Wednesday, you'll notice that in the Weeks button, you'll see each week with the title Week 1, Week 2, and so on. When you click on the week that we're currently in, you'll see links for how to post in discussion and what your discussion prompts will be. It'll also have links to your assessment directions. This is where you'll go every week to figure out what's due that week, and it'll also be where you can go to submit your work. The third place that you'll want to explore is the Ask Your Instructor button. This is a discussion board that is created for the sole purpose of answering questions that you might have about class, about assignments, about tech issues, anything that you might have that is a public nature question. So if you have any questions about personal matters such as grades or hardships that you're facing that impact your success in class, email those to your instructor or call or text depending on how your instructor prefers. But otherwise, any questions can be asked here and your instructor will reply within 24 to 48 hours. The next area that we're going to be looking at is the announcements space. Again, the first page that you're going to see when you log into your classroom for the first time is going to be the announcement page. But if you navigate away from the announcements, say you go into the week's link, you can always return by just simply clicking on the announcements page. The announcements page is important because your instructors are often active in your class and they'll post 1, 2, or 3 announcements a week that either tell you what the week's all about, they'll give helpful tips, or they might have some other important news to share. So always be sure to check the announcements link at least a couple times a week. The next link that we're going to explore is My Grades. If you're ever wanting to make sure that all of your work is submitted or that you've received a grade for all of your assignments that you've submitted, this is the place to go. So for example, once you submit your introductory documents quiz, you can come into My Grades to confirm that it has been submitted. You'll see a notification here. Then once your instructor grades it, you'll see your grade here, and you can often click on the assignment once your grade has been posted to read feedback from your instructor. It's very important to check out your feedback because they often share some things that they thought you did really well, and they also might offer tips on how to earn even more points for next time. If you ever notice that a grade has not been posted and you feel it should have been, perhaps reach out to your instructor and ensure that your assignment was received correctly. Then the last area, we're going to kind of lump a few links together, but you have these 2 links here, the ePortfolio and Tools link and the Student Resources. These are links that you might visit periodically. You may not visit them on a weekly basis, but it is important to know that they exist. For example, in the ePortfolio and Tools link, you can find a link to Smart Thinking, which is our tutoring service. Also, if you go down to Student Resources, You can find helpful links regarding, how do you navigate some technical issues, what is the discussion grading rubric, what does that look like, how do you earn points in discussion. You might also find some helpful information about if you ever have to record video for class, or if you need to reach out to someone in student resources that has all the contact information here. Okay, well, again, those are the 6 most frequent areas that you'll want to be familiar with. If you have any questions, always never hesitate to reach out to your instructor or advisor. But just as a reminder, we went over these 6 top links: the Welcome Start here, the weeks, Ask Your Instructor, Announcements, My Grades, and then the extra resource tabs down here. One other quick tip: if you're having trouble remembering where to find your email, you can go up to this navigational bar and find your email. If you have tech support questions, you can go into Services and then click on Tech Support. Thank you for watching this video and have a great week.